Hello, fellow fish nerds, and happy day of the February fish vlogs. Today is actually my daughter's birthday, so happy birthday to her. And it's Sunday, but the exciting thing is it's a day that I've been waiting for over a month. Over a month, yeah, about a month, basically about a month. Today's the day I am going to pick up some fish that I've been waiting for, obviously, for a month. Super excited about it. Getting them through, picking them up from one of my local fellow fish nerd friends in real life. And I will be making videos of what those fish are later. I'll be slowly trickling them out. One, I guess, species or strain at a time. And so today's video is going to be the pickup process. I don't know exactly which time I'm going to meet my friend to pick them up, but I do know it's going to be later today because he is on his way back, or he is actually at the big fish deal this weekend, which I'm kind of jealous of, and he will be on his way back from that, which is somewhere around an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me, depending on traffic. I mean, could be 3 hours, who knows. But anyways, kind of jealous of that fact. He sent me a picture of him with Rachel O'Leary. That was pretty cool. Apparently there were a lot of really cool speakers. He was excited to go see the rare fish auction. I'm sure he couldn't really avoid temptation too much there, and probably picked up a few things, I would guess, and I'll be hearing about it, and hopefully I'll be getting some video footage of that later on. So anyways, those videos will be coming soon, but just wanted to say this video I'm excited about today. Been looking forward to it for almost as long as my daughter's been looking forward to it, because I'm getting some new fish today. Haven't gotten new fish in a while, and it's like, forgot what this feels like. So I got some new fish, some new fry, but these are fully grown, just the promises that they could have. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the other side.
It's Mr. Science Geek. I hope my tanks don't leak. If it's information that you seek, be sure to tune in each week. And my videos take a peek. My singing and my jokes really read. Alright, so here's what my local fish nerd friend brought back from the big fish deal when he had coolers and buckets and more coolers full of fish, him and his wife. Some of them were for me, some of them were for him, some of them were for other friends. But anyways, be sure to stay tuned until the very end of this video. I will give you a quick scan, quick preview, quick peek of their fish room. It's super exciting. Stay tuned for the very end. I know the middle part might be a little bit long and boring, but the end is definitely worth it. So, stay tuned. Alright, so now what you're seeing here is I finally got home, finally got settled in. I'll explain that a little bit later with the green screen, me on the green screen. But what you're seeing here is me preparing the fish to, first off, getting them out of their bags. Second off, getting them ready to go to my classroom for the most part. So I use the Ziploc gallon storage bags, put them in I like the gallon containers from Walmart. They're like $2.97. I like those. I keep on losing them, then I find them. So that's what I use first. And then I reuse. I cut up and blowing some back up is what's going on. I'm not drinking out of it. It's deflated a little bit. So I inflate it back up and then I cut into it, cut off the top part so that I can put the gallon Ziploc bag inside of it to hold water and then to hold the fish. Then when I transport it, I close up the gallon Ziploc bag and it transports a lot better and the fish aren't getting all crammed up together and it keeps that there aren't any corners of the fish to get stuck in as bad. Um, so I just cut off the top. You'll see it. This first one I actually use as a scoop for water. Water is down below off frame. and that I just got it at a pretty good temperature. It's fresh, clean water, and I put in some AquaSafe uh, to dechlorinate it and to get it safer for the fish. So that's what's going on. Now I'm filling that into the bag, which is inside of the gallon container, and then I go through and I get the fish bag out. Take off the rubber band carefully because I will reuse the rubber band. I know that's cheap, but hey, I'll reuse the rubber band. I mean, I'm reusing water bottles. Come on. I'm also reusing bags that were reused. So part of that is being environmentally conscious, and part of that is being cheap. But hey, we'll go with environmentally conscious, whatever. Um, so I also am saving the bags. I don't feel like buying bags yet. I'll just rinse them out and reuse them um, to bring to my local fish club auction because they understand we have a policy where I can't just bring the fish in a gallon Ziploc bag. It's good enough for me to bring into my classroom, but not good enough for the local fish club auctions. So that's what I'm doing here with my back turned towards you. Sorry, also my shirt's untucked. I just now noticed that. I look like an absolute slob, which whatever. So then put the fish in the pour the fish out, and I know some of you are freaking out and thinking, "Oh my gosh, you're pouring the old water with new water," but hey, it's what I do. It works. I haven't lost a fish. I will, um, when they go in their tanks in my classroom, I will plop and drop. I will uh, pour the fish into nets and then drop them into my fish tanks in my classroom. I will not put in the old water into my classroom tanks. I don't want to introduce that. I figured that the water has a little bit of bacteria going, whereas the water that if I just put them in brand new water, I'm afraid of um, basically new tank syndrome almost going on in a bag. And I know it's probably just me worrying about something that is I shouldn't be worrying about. And I know that when I open up the bag and expose to oxygen, that it basically the pH spikes horribly. But hey, it's what I do. It works. The fish that I got to my house are doing fine. As I record this, the fish are still doing fine. So it works. So if you're gonna comment about that, just chillax. Okay. So now uh, be sure to stay tuned at the end of this video. I will show a um, quick preview of my local fish nerd friend's fish room. Just a very quick scan of his fish room. So stay tuned.
Whew. It's been a long day. I'm recording this at 11 p.m. on Sunday night. First off, it's my daughter's birthday, so busy with that. Making sure she had a great day, she had fun, she felt special, and she's in presents and just extra that. So when I recorded the first part of this video while I was in my car, I was on my way to pick up a student that I work with on the weekends. And I thought there might be a chance, because I didn't know when the big fish deal was going to be over. I thought that there'd be a chance that I would be able to meet my local fellow fish nerd friend in real life. I thought he'd be home or in town and able to meet up. But I didn't know what time the big fish deal was over, so that didn't happen, which is fine. Hey, if I could have gone to the big fish deal, I would have probably been even later getting back. Honestly, so my friend, if you're watching this, completely understandable. I would have stayed longer. So then, after worked with the student, brought him back home after vacuuming out the car. That was fun. I also went to the local fish store today. Talked to a fellow fish club member for a bit while I was there. And so anyways, then brought the student home. Then went out to dinner with my parents, obviously the wife and kids, for my daughter's birthday. And I was definitely on a time crunch because throughout the day I was messaging and texting my local fellow fish nerd friend about, hey, when's good for you to meet up for me to get the fish? And trying to figure out time because he's local, but about 45 minutes away from my house, so local. So then went to Walmart for our weekly grocery shopping, which is what we do with my parents. We go to dinner, then we go to Walmart. My parents enjoyed that. Also, we enjoyed because they entertain our daughter so that she is not bugging us every 5 seconds, when are we going to get out of here? And they get a few things and we get most of our weekly things, and we're all good. So I wanted to get to my local fellow fish nerd friend's house before it was too late. I didn't want to be over there too late at night. I wanted to be considerate of his time because I knew he was going out of town tomorrow. So finally leave Walmart at 8 o'clock and go to his house, which is 30 minutes from Walmart, and get there, and it's like raining like crazy, and it's just been a rainy, miserable day. My umbrella broke. It was rainy, and all I was thinking about was the fish all day today. Fish and my daughter's birthday, two things I was thinking about. So, my aunt also joined us at Walmart too to celebrate with my daughter. We'll have our actual birthday party later on, but so anyways, so finally get there, and that's the footage that you saw just before this, is me getting there. And that is a lot of fish, a lot of bags of fish, a lot of coolers of fish. Some of those coolers are actually mine that I'm glad I let my friend use. I'm not really in a rush to get them back because he's using them right now, and that's all that matters, that they're used to keep fish safer and more comfortable. So was in there, and honestly, that was that's a lot of fish. A lot of fish orders from a bunch of local fellow fish nerd friends that they had to keep straight, and him and his wife were going through it, and eventually after a while, and that was just a small portion of it that I recorded just while I was walking the door, just so you could see the grand scale of what they brought back. And there was more stuff on the floor that I didn't even show. There were buckets of fish, and more coolers on the floor of fish. And my wife and my kids were in the car, and at this point it was 8:30, and it was 30 minutes past my son's bedtime, and about time for my daughter to go to bed soon. And honestly was in there just trying to get the fish straight, get the fish that I was supposed to get, and the fish that I was supposed to get, the fish that I ordered and traded for and stuff. And then my wife calls because she's thinking I'm in there chatting it up with my fish nerd friend. And because I told her before I went in, I was like, listen, I'm not going to go in there and talk. I'm just going to go in there, get the fish, and I'm going to get out because I know it's late. I know it's late for the kids. So she calls in, and she's like, what's taking? So I'm like, I'm not talking. I'm sticking to it. I'm talking, obviously, but I'll show you why it's taking so long. I was like, I am not goofing off. I'm not talking extra. We're just trying to get the fish organized. So finally get the fish organized, get them in a bag, which is the bag that you saw. Actually, you see behind me, obviously, the Domino's bag, and trust me, I'm not endorsed by Domino's. I'm not sponsored by Domino's. I don't even like Domino's pizza. They're not my preferred pizza. So I get back in the car and I show her, and like, this is why it took so long. And she's like, oh wow, yeah, that's a lot of fish. And I was like, I'm telling you, I was not in there wasting time. I was not in there chatting it up the whole time. Trust me. So, so then get home and get the kids settled in, get my son to bed, get him bottled and changed and all that stuff. Get my daughter to bed eventually, get the groceries put away, and then finally, what I've been worrying about and stressing out about all day was getting the fish organized and situated to bring most of them to my classroom tanks tomorrow. And thinking about, hey, you know, most of the fish are going to their own tank, so they're kind of going to a quarantine tank. And then I was trying to figure out, because I didn't want to mix new fish with existing fish so that it would prevent the possibility of spreading of diseases and parasites or whatever that they might be carrying. So kind of a quarantine. So I was getting all those fish set up, and I kept two types of fish here. One's at a lower tank right there, one's at a side tank, and I'll tell you, in case you're watching it this long, I am the Apistogramma cacatoides orange flash apistos I took out, and I'm going to sell them at my local fish club auction. And if it goes too low, then I'll just give it as a donation, obviously, but hopefully they go for a pretty good price. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I put one type of fish in their old tank, kicked them out, evicted them. They are in a holding thing to get them ready for the local fish club auction. And then I put some other fish in this lower tank, and seems to be that they're settling in quite nicely. So, and the other fish are over behind the camera. They are ready to go to school tomorrow. They are in their containers in bags. All I have to do is close the gallon Ziploc bags and then grab the bags and go, and then put them in the back of my car and go to school. Then I'll be able to quickly put them in my tanks in my classroom, and my students will be super excited. I'll be excited. They'll be happy to see new fish. I'll be happy to see my tanks that have been empty and wait for them finally filled with fish. So that'll be exciting. So, it's a long day. It's 11:20 now, obviously, 10 minutes after I started this, and I still need to go upload this video, then edit, and then upload to YouTube. So, it's going to be a long night still. Stay tuned, stay fishy, people, and I will tell you that I will be revealing these fish one type of fish at a time. I'm not going to be doing any kind of like what's in the bag kind of thing, and then like thinking you're gonna get in that video and then reveal it in a later video. I will be revealing these fish one video at a time, one type of fish, one video, no like 2 video reveals, so that way it'll speed it up the process a lot better. So, hope you enjoyed this, hope you found this entertaining, exciting. It's exciting for fish nerds, so I get it. Anyways, but for real though, now before I ramble on some more because I'm so tired, stay tuned and stay fishy, people. Quick scan.
So these will be full here pretty soon.
Like the
Look at it.
yeah, that's the bigger gauge.
I lost the male, but she's pregnant.
That's the albino German yellow.
Come on.
That's pretty.
Beautiful. Shrimp,
Shrimp on the bottom.
all kinds, and we're getting ready to add more. We have 2 big bags full of them. Here is the cross I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
So I'm crossing with those 2 females that are half black red with the kois. These are the kois from what's his name? Ben whatever his name is.
big boy.
Then I went back and put the regular ones back here. And these are the ones I think I have for you. Down there somewhere. I just can't find it right now. And all this is a shell
For
dweller.
shellies, yeah.
Shell dweller, shell dweller, shell dweller.
Lots of them.
And then over here is Similis.
Similis.
Similis.